even with that, what we're finding, and the lesson I think for the week here, is that borrowers and lenders, very quickly lose sight of the fundamentals. There are only five ways for a borrower to pay back a lender. That's the fundamentals. That's first principles. What are those five ways? Well, you can refinance. You can go to a new bank and you can say, hey, here's my receivables, my assets, my inventory, my other assets, my cash flow. Can you refinance me? And the use of proceeds is I'm gonna pay out the old bank. And if you're a good, healthy company with lots of security, you can probably get that deal done. Or you can go to the private debt market, sort of a non-bank lender, which we'll talk about more today, and try to get it done there. But bottom line is, one of the fundamental ways to pay your old lender is to get a new lender and to pay it off. Another way would be to generate free cash flow. We're growing. There's lots of free cash flow. Let's set out a schedule of payments to bring down this debt over time out of operations. That would be, and you have to be often growing and profitable and cash flowing for that to be a reasonable solution. But in the universe of possibilities, that is clearly a possible solution that we shouldn't lose sight of. Sorry, I'm just checking my Instagram screens as we go here. You could thirdly sell part or all of the business. People often forget about that. Sell part or all of the business. And that could be, well, we just sold the entire business as a going concern, and part of or all of the use of proceeds is to pay off the old lender. There's an option in the universe of possibilities. You could sell a division, in other words, a piece of the business. You could sell some equity, right? Bring in an equity partner, which is more like a financing, but it's selling part of your business. So that would be the third. The fourth would be to restructure the debt, which really isn't an option to pay it. It's more like I'm not paying it at all, right? The lender takes a haircut, it converts some into equity, it does different things. And that is, first principles thinking in terms of how you could deal with this debt, this obligation to your old lender. And the fifth is liquidate. Just shut the thing down, sell off the assets for pennies on the dollar with the auctioneer. Nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to do that at all. But if you're considering all possibilities, that is certainly one of the possibilities. Only five ways to pay back your lender: refinance, do it out of free cash flow, sell all or part of the business, restructure the debt, liquidate.